Hello, guys. How are you? It is Sunday here. Where what what I think some of you guys are in different time zone. So I think when it's Sunday here, it's not gonna be Sunday on your side. Probably Saturday. I'm eating my dinner. It's just simply some seafood with rice. I love seafood. It's 8:19 in the PM, and I have nothing better to do. So I said, let me come on live. And hang out and talk any topic you want us to discuss. It's a bone. I don't know how to eat a bone in front of the camera. I know how to eat it outside the camera, but in front, I'm using this spoon. This one. Mm, it's very, very yummy. The fish, the kind of fish that I'm eating, is called Nile perch. Mm-hmm. Now I feel full. I left you guys by yourself. I'm sorry. Let me charge my laptop just in case it decides to go kaput on me. This is very bright on my eyes. I don't feel comfortable with it being that bright. I don't really like this hair color. I don't like it. Why is this one so less? Oh, Orkilian had them. Orkilian took them. Like to throw them. You know, I have a child in this house who is very curious. He touches everything. Let me ask. Because I feel like these ones are small. Lilian, ulikuwa umekuta hizi madawa zangu? Kweli? Au kuguza? Hakuna mahali ulimwaga? Kweli? Au kuona ameguza? These things are so costly, this medicine. And I have not even drank them for 1 month and they're almost finishing. It's supposed to be 1 month dose. And I'm feeling like they are getting so less. Anyways, so I'm basically drinking these ones. You might be asking what the reason why I'm drinking these ones. So this one is magnesium L-threonate. It is supposed to be very good to aid in having a restful night. And it's sort of just, it helps with brain health. So, and mainly we usually get magnesium from food, the food we take, but sometimes the food gets overcooked, overprocessed, over whatever. And by the time they get into our stomach, they probably don't get into our bloodstream. So this one does not even get digested. It goes directly to your bloodstream when you take it. So it is, instead of taking food, it goes through the digestion, and then so many things interferes with the 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 vitamins. So you need some supplements. So the reason why I'm taking these ones is because I actually read an online forum where it really helps you. So it just helps your brain to sort of reprogram. And for example, for me, I had been suffering from horrible insomnia. And I had been suffering from insomnia for the longest time I can remember. I can sometimes sleep. I sleep like I can sleep 2 nights in a row, and the rest nights I'll have, very horrible sleep. When you've had a good night's sleep, you wake up feeling that like you've really had a good night's sleep. But for so many times I've been sleeping, and especially since I started flying, since the airline job took a toll on my body, my sleep system was very much interrupted because of the weird hours of work, night shift, day shift. I mean, it was very messed up. So my sleep pattern needed to come back to its normal. So I've been really struggling with sleep. I've been having a lot of insomnia. But since I started taking these ones, there is a lot of magnesium. There are a lot of forms of magnesium, but the purest form, the one that actually goes directly to your bloodstream, is this threonate, magnesium threonate. They have they have different types of magnesium. But if you want just a restful night and just your brain to give your body proper rhythm, your brain to sort of signal your sleep pattern, things to go well, take this one. You'll thank me afterwards. Take these ones. And then I also take vitamin D, even though I'm in Africa and it's sometimes very sunny out here. But I feel like the direct exposure to the sun, even though we are melanated, is not really good for us. For even for the skin aging process, for hyperpigmentation, to try and actually avoid all those. So getting exposed to the sun is not very recommended, especially if you don't put on UV cream or whatnot. I don't usually put on UV cream whatsoever. I've never bothered to do that. But I use vitamin D because I'm usually indoors most of the time. I never used to bother about taking supplements, but now I used to just take this Centrum one, the like complete. I used to buy it in US. I used to take that one, but now I started incorporating this in my life, and then I also have this fish oil. And not all fish oil is good fish oil. The one that is recommended, especially for women in middle-aged women, you need to take this fish oil, but make sure it has DHA and EPA. So the fish oil, this is you will get great benefits from it. What I heard from the doctors forum, a lot of people who are giving testimonials on this one, that it's like, you really need this one. For the purest form of fish oil is this one. So the one with, okay, for me, I take the Now, this is an American brand, and it's quite costly, to be honest. They are quite costly. Here in Kenya, you guys, a lot of things get so overpriced in our country, unfortunately, especially because I was watching somebody who bought some original Nike shoes from Dubai, and they got them for like 20,000 Kenya shillings. Oh, that is like 200-ish American dollars, 200 and some change. And when they came here, it was going for 300 and some change. So that means that Kenyan markets are very extravagant when it comes to pricing their products. It's ridiculous. So, especially they excuse it for the tax, being taxed and whatnot, tax clearances and all this fluff shipping, whatnot. But honestly, I usually get my products from Amazon. Um, um, I usually prefer getting them from Amazon. But then when I actually, because I like to see people's review before I buy a product. This one had the most amazing review. It had a good review. Then I also have this one. These hormone balance pills for women. This one I took it because I feel like I've been having the hormonal imbalance for the longest time that I can remember. So because I have this condition called um what is it called? I have a condition um prolactinoma. I have high prolactin levels, and usually it messes with my hormones. So my body does not get proper hormonal balance because whatever the pituitary gland is not working because the hormone, the pituitary, whatever hormone that is supposed to be helping me with balancing my hormone is just not working, because when it's higher than normal, it is my hormones will just go haywire. So I'll have problems with like menstrual problems, with PMS, my what are they called? What is it called? My I need my body, my hormones to be balanced. Facial acne, this one. So when your hormones are not balanced, you also suffer from facial acne. You also suffer from like weight gain, especially in the midrib area. Um, a lot of things. You also suffer from a lot of things. You can read about hormonal imbalance causes in women, and a lot of things causes it, especially when you are middle aged. So your hormones are not like when you were a teenager. Things start going haywire. Why? And also because I was also diagnosed with I don't think I want to get into that. So let me just tell you that this one, I read reviews from this. It's an altered it's an altered brand. It's an altered. I don't know if you can read it. It is an American brand as well. An altered. This one. So that one really helps with me. And what they say it does. Let me read for you what it does. It does. It doesn't say it really much. It just helps with mood, helps with PMS, helps with the just complete hormone balance. This one is expensive. I feel like it's a bit expensive because it's only like 60 capsules in this thing. So I need to take 2 every day, morning and evening. And also, it helps if your sleep is interrupted. This one helps with your sleep coming back to normal, because you know there are some hormones in a woman's body that interrupts your sleep pattern. So these ones. So I take these 3 vitamins, and I think I'm good for now. Total cost of these vitamins is crazy because they all of them cost me 30K, 30,000. So that's like almost $300. These ones all, because I bought them. This one I shipped from Amazon, and I shipped alongside some other stuff, a few stuff for my shop. Yeah. So these ones, they are quite costly, but I would invest in hormones. in good supplements if it really does help me, because this one's actually helped me. So I have no regrets in that. So I don't know why none of you is actually interacting. If you interact, that would be amazing, because I know that some of you might be women who might be going through the same things I'm going through, probably, and might want to share. I don't know why I feel like I'm talking to myself, yet I have 17 people watching me, and none of you is actually even liking the videos. I have only 3 likes. So I don't know what is that? What is that supposed to mean? Are you guys not happy? What is going on? Anyways, it is what it is. Who is this one? So so now I have a new nanny. She just arrived. When was it? On Thursday last this week that has just ended. She's from Uganda. Yeah. So let me try with her and see. Here in Kenya, we really don't get attached to nannies. They come and go as they please. You can always change if you don't like one. You just change until you get one that suits your family needs. So that's good. So far, she's been helpful with the child and everything around here. So that's good. I spray this on my face. It is basically just rose water, and it's mixed with some glycerin, and then I put cloves inside. So I heard that it's good for your skin. So that is the reason why I'm using that. This is just black seed oil that I bought some time back. And I don't know why I don't feel like black seed oil works for me anymore nowadays. I used to swear by black seed oil. I think you need to use it for quite some time for it to actually work for you. I don't know. I just want immediate effect after taking medication. So I don't know what I feel about black seed oil. There's still people who swear by it. This is tretinoin. I usually just put it on areas of my skin that have hyperpigmentation or is prone to acne. So this one helps with the it helps with exfoliating the skin. But if you put too much, it will burn you. And I think you need to use sandwich method when you're using this. You need to first put moisturizer. No, you put something like, for me, I usually just spray this one. Then I put my vitamin C and this ordinary um whatnot. This one, I don't know what it is. It is just something that needs to help me with hyperpigmentation. And I don't know, I can't tell if it's working or not. I just know that I bought it. I don't care. does work, maybe. So I'm adjusting to life now. I'm really adjusting from being a totally single woman for so long to right now being a married woman. I am adjusting, but I think so far I can just say that it takes a lot of communication, open communication. If you don't like something, even to speak about very uncomfortable topics with your partner, you have to talk. Me, I'm somebody who don't keep quiet. There is no unresolved issues. When, oh, let me take this one because it's a long time before I take it. So I usually take this Asgard once in a month. I take this aspirin because why not? I take aspirin because aspirin helps your blood to flow nicely, to flow nicely, to prevent also any, you know, I always have medicine. Don't tell me I'm over. Nobody is talking. I'm talking to myself, man. Don't tell me I'm overdoing anything. But I always have aspirin once a month. In my system, I have to have aspirin once a month because I know that aspirin is really good to help your blood not, you know, to help with your blood flow. So that's the reason why I'm taking it. So yeah, it takes a lot of communication. You need to communicate always. I'm somebody who talks a lot. Like if I have a problem or something that I need to address, I address it. And I'm still learning, but so far I think that you have to talk. So we've been just talking about things. If there are things to be discussed, if there are changes to be made, if there are, because you guys are from different culture, from different background, and now you are coming as one, and he's finding me having been somebody who was so much set on my ways, and now I have to accommodate another person in my space. It takes a lot of understanding, but thankfully, um, I think I should just end this live. You guys are not interrupting, and I don't like it. None of you is interrupting. Ooh, I don't want to demonetize because I'm checking something. Hold on, guys, please. Or maybe should I wait for the people who usually interrupt to join? They will join. Yeah, that's what I should do. Or maybe I should go join TikTok live. Yeah, I've just realized that TikTok people are making money in TikTok like crazy. I've just realized, especially the people who usually do lives, and they sort of have host, they become host in life to help other people like sort of grow their channels on TikTok. And then they have gifters, and these gifters, I don't know how gifting works on TikTok. I don't know, but I think that they usually use coins, and then when the coins can be converted into money. But then you have to, when you see gifters, you have to, like, if somebody gifting, like, I don't know exactly how much like each coin cost, but the more coins you get, the more money you get. And some people gift even 29,000. There's this particular, because my partner is the one who's really interested in TikTok, in TikTok creation, and I usually send him some things, like, just to see the way other people are actually um, working on TikTok, because he likes it. He usually just spends time there and trying to. He's monetized now. He's just less than a month joined, and already he has like 4,000 followings. So he knows how to like maneuver his way to even get followings. And now he's already started. He's been monetized, and he's like sort of having TikTok balance, like money coming into his TikTok by just participating in these lives and whatnot. So he wants to garner as many likes as possible so that he can, many following as possible, so that he can go ahead and start earning money. That is exactly what he wants, extra cash. So it's good, because I told him it's okay in social media nowadays. People earn money. You can do, hello beautiful lady, did your handsome mzee go to Rwanda? No, my handsome mzee is around. You guys, why do you guys call my guy handsome mzee? My handsome mzee. Ui, my handsome mzee. Hey, hey, hey. My kachuna, kachun chun, chun 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 chuna man. My friend, he knows that he's handsome. Hey, hey. Ashikiki, Ashikiki, like he's very aware of his appearance. We thank God for that. My handsome husband did not go to Rwanda. He's very much around. Why should he go to Rwanda? And his rib is in Kenya. He stays. His heart is now in Kenya, so he will stay in Kenya for as long as God shall allow him to live in this earth. But visiting Rwanda, yes, he will visit, but he can't visit Rwanda by himself. If he goes to Rwanda, how can he go to Rwanda when I'm here? So if he go to Rwanda, we go together. He cannot go to Rwanda by himself. So yes, my handsome husband is um is not in Rwanda. He's around. Mm. You guys be so many people be saying that he's handsome. You're handsome man, you're handsome husband. He's handsome, he's very handsome. Ah, thank you guys. Yes, he is. I find him handsome as well. So yeah, I was talking about this TikTok thingy. Yeah, it's people. A lot of people earn money from TikTok. If you want extra cash, YouTube also, we earn money from YouTube also. Extra cash, extra income, just a little bit. Because nowadays I'm not, I'm not really like really active on YouTube, that I can actually uh, bank on the YouTube money like that. Because if you're not active on YouTube, there is no income. Income doesn't accumulate. YouTube income only accumulates when you are actually. Um, he's very handsome indeed. Nowadays, you don't wait for him to eat dinner together. No, I don't. Because you know, guys, I used to eat by what time? I used to eat by 6, and now eating too late, I don't feel it's nice for me. It's not good for me. So, because usually he comes home really late, around 11, 12. So by the time he comes, him is okay. He may have good metabolic. He doesn't really gain weight. But as for me, I cannot be eating midnight. I have to eat early so that I can give my body time to digest food before I go to bed. So that is the reason why I eat earlier than him. And it's fine. He's okay with it. He doesn't complain about it because usually when he comes back, he finds me in bed anyway, already asleep. So he just goes and fixes. Like, of course, I've usually cook and keep his meal ready for him, but when he comes back, he just goes and he knows what to do to make his meal warm and whatnot. So I used to feel very awkward when he comes back and then he eats by himself. But now, he's okay. You know, he was single for so long. He was like single for like more than 8 years. So he had been used to being single, having single life, eating by himself, cooking and doing his own things. So of course now he can also not rely on me too much when it comes to eating together and whatnot. But usually we take breakfast together. So that is okay. Someone is saying, Imelda is saying, I don't look hyped up. Today, I don't look hyped up. No, like today, I just decided to come on live and just we chat. And you know, the live usually it depends on the kind of interactions. If people are interacting, then we'll get things to the top point of discussion. We can discuss all together because you guys are on comment section and interacting. But when I'm talking to myself, I feel like I'm going to, and also I'm struggling with oversharing. You know, I don't want to overshare on here on the internet. So I try as much as possible to allow people to I don't just want to come and start mouth diarrhea in here, you know, like the way I used to do it. Right now, I'm trying to not be like that, you know. Doesn't mean that I won't be talking about things. I will be talking definitely, but I don't want to spill to like be talking just for the sake of talking, you know, because a lot of people watch these videos and some of these people get on my nerves. They sort of run with these videos here and there, trying to make up things that are not there, trying to make me bump heads, like trying to sabotage my relationships with people based on the things I say or how when I talk on my videos they misinterpret or you know just disgusting people. So that is the reason why I don't really like want to come on here and you know I don't know if it were not, you know, I'm really like a private person. I'd like to say I know I usually talk a lot on the social media, but sometimes I feel like I want to keep some part of my life a little private. And that is the reason why I did not discuss with you. If you can see that even with the marriage and the wedding and everything else, I kept it under wraps. I did not talk about it until it actually was like 1 week to the D-Day. So I didn't talk about dating when I was coming here and people were asking me, did you find a man? Did you? Because for those of you who've been watching me for so long, you guys have always wondered, why is she always single? Like, you know? And some of you had asked me in a very awkward way, but not that I didn't appreciate it, but it's just it's just what it was. I was single for quite some time, and I did not like. I know that people usually get really hyped up when it comes to now they've found someone and they want everybody to know that they found someone, la la. But me, I just didn't feel like I want to yap about it and to run around with it, and I felt like no, it's nobody's business. I feel like it's my it's nobody, not everybody need to know. That is the reason why I kept it to myself. I just wanted it to, and if it were for me, I could have just kept it all to myself. But that is awkward because I'm a YouTuber. I already decided to bring my life on YouTube. Some things is okay to just like talk about them. I didn't just want to come here and hide everything, because why hide? I mean, it's not something that I want, that is I can. Why are you hiding? He's not married to anybody else. He's never been married, as a matter of fact. This is his first ever marriage. So I'm not afraid of showing him to you people or whatnot. But sometimes it's good to keep a bit some things to yourself. I learn from some people who always keep some things. I admire them a lot. But now I am on here and I'm on the social media. Sometimes I feel like I want to bring stuff on here because I have a YouTube and it has to keep running. Because if your YouTube is dominant, also, otherwise I'd just disappear from the face of YouTube and never to appear again. But I have made relationships with a lot of people here, people that I love so much. I've met some of you personally in person, and you've been great blessings to me. And as a matter of fact, the people who gifted me even on my wedding are from YouTube. To be honest, a legit gift that I actually, it's funny. Some people usually judge YouTubers or come to YouTube, and it's a community nowadays. People make, YouTube is huge, social media is huge. You can make it to edify, build, or make it to be a community. There are people, like, just the same way you can have pen pals, you can have people whom you never met but they become your family and pen pals, and then you exchange. Like right now, I don't mind, even if I find a friend with somebody on YouTube, we become pen pals. I even one day host them in my home. I don't mind at all, because people have become. I've met people from YouTube who have even came to my home to visit me. For example, I have one lady in Canada. She came to my house sometime back. The first meeting ever was her coming to my home. Yet we met from YouTube. And she was just a viewer like you guys are viewing me. And every time she was very supportive on my YouTube and always commenting positive things. And she meant it from the bottom of her heart. And she was like, I'm coming back home. And she asked me for my number in my DM. We started talking, and she could support every time. Like, those days she could support me. I was on lockdown, and things were tough. She started watching me from when I was still in Dubai, and she could sort of relate with me because she is in diaspora as well in Canada. And I've met people from YouTube, man. I've met people that sometimes when I talk, my life story or the way my life has gone, they resonate a lot with it. And sometimes they see that I'm a loner. I've not had friends, or even if I have friends, usually even sometimes, most of the time, they just see me by myself. And that is what diaspora life is like. Nobody has time for other people. They are just usually by themselves. So sometimes you find that somebody just connects with you because the kind of things that you talk about is probably resonating with them, and they just become friends with you. To them, you are like their sister in their head, And I appreciated when that lady came to me. I was not afraid. My intuition were fine because we had communicated, we had Skyped, we had made video calls. Even until today, we make video calls. You know, she calls me here and there. And then there is another one in Qatar. There's another one in Sweden. There is another one in America. And there was another one in Belgium, but she sort of fell off. And there was also another one in Taiwan. All of these ladies were, as during lockdown, I had them. They were talking to me and and along the way, of course, some fell off, like we lost communication or whatnot. You cannot blame people for it because maybe probably they were women in very professionals. One was a doctor, another one was working in the was a general in she was a general, so she was working. She was where was she from? This girl. There's a country in South near South Africa. It's not Botswana. It is it's not Lesotho. Where is this country near South Africa? I can't remember. Um, I really can't remember which countries are around South Africa, guys. Which African country is around South Africa? I want to remember where this lady came from. But anyway, she's a very educated lady. She's a general in Taiwan. And we talked for quite some time. And then she sort of, the last time I spoke with her was when she was flying back to her country to go in for holiday. And then she has very busy schedule. Nowadays, I don't hear from her, but I don't blame her because probably, and I hope she's fine. Maybe she doesn't watch my videos anymore, but that is very understandable. And the other one was a doctor in Belgium. Also, her, she's from Kenya, but also how she sort of, she's, we sort of lost contact as well. And who else? And the one in Qatar just came back recently. She came back. The one in Qatar has become such a good friend of mine now. She's a friend that I would count on 100% because she's the one who actually organized even for my engagement. She organized. She knows my husband, so she was like talking to him, sort of, and they were organizing. She came. She talked to him. They were organizing my engagement without even my knowledge. So she knows my husband. So they organized everything, and I got engaged in her house. And the video, engagement video, whatnot, wedding video. In the beginning of that video, there is an engagement. So that was her house. And I met her from YouTube, guys. The lady I met from YouTube, okay? Little did I know that she doesn't even live far from my place. And the one from Sweden also doesn't live far from my place. She's also a very nice lady. And when she came here, some time back, she paid a visit in my salon, and we had such a lovely time. And sometimes people usually think that social media is not as powerful. Like, for me, a lot of times that I had been by myself or alone and feel lonely and whatnot, all those days when I was single and when I was frustrated, I didn't have a way to channel my thoughts or my emotions, and I didn't want to bottle them in. So I always came on social media and made a community of people that I really shared with them. I overshared sometimes, but it really helped me heal or helped me along that journey. And I remember some people were shunning and were people usually text this social media thing as something very negative because they don't just understand why somebody would come on, put a camera and start talking about themselves, start doing this, making the sharing their lives with the entire world. But sometimes I might something might even happen to me today, and the people who are judging me or the people who know me personally, I will not rely on them as much as I would rely on these social media people because of on my social media following. Because I remember there was a time this guy, I had somebody who I was doing a fundraising drive for him, and he was a total stranger, complete stranger that I had not met. I was just touched in my heart because of the kind of terminal illness that he was going through. And by the way, the guy passed on. It is weird. I just found out like a month or two ago. So this guy, we decided to do a fundraising drive. I didn't even know that it was gonna be possible during COVID. I was in lockdown. I had been stuck in a lady's house in Dubai. If you guys can go back, you can watch those videos when I was stuck during COVID for 5 months in a lady's house who did not even want me to be there. Okay, she didn't want me to be in that house, in her house, but I happened to be in lockdown in her house. So I made videos when I was in that, and that was one of the very darkest moments of my life. And I could channel that energy, and I could hang out with people and on the social media. And I could be judged, be told, oh, you're a weirdo. Why do you even talk to strangers? But during this time, we managed to raise um, um, more than 1,000 US dollars. It was like more than 1,000 US dollars for this guy's treatment. And I don't know, man. Maybe let me see how much it was, guys, because the money was a lot. The money was a lot when you come to when you came. It was more than 1,000 US dollars, man. I feel like I want to know exactly how much it was, but these YouTube followers were the ones who actually sent me this money. And this guy was in a hospital, terminally ill with no family. Let me see. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. It was 200,000. 200,000. Guys, that was 13,000 US dollars. Yeah. Yeah, I raised more than. Wait, is it? No, 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 no. Wait a minute. Wait, I made a mistake in these zeros. No, 200, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there you go. So it was, yes, 1,300 US dollars. Sorry, guys. But that is like 5,000 dirhams, 200,000 Kenya shillings, Canadian, like euros 1,200. People from the social media, these people were shunning and telling me, why am I even talking to strangers like a weirdo? These are the people who actually came through. The people who are judging me and telling me and giving me a cold shoulder regarding my social media page and saying I'm a weirdo for being a YouTuber, la la la. They didn't even contribute a single cent. They had no sympathy whatsoever. But then when I shared with these people, telling them, can you imagine the people on social media contributed 200,000 Kenya shillings plus, and they were tongue tied. They didn't have anything more to say. They were quiet. So that is the reason why I say that even now, if something happens to me, these people that the people I meet on daily basis tell me that people don't know the power of social media. A lot of these people have no they are underestimating the power of social media. They don't know that the social media is where people have built homes, and people have just opened themselves to welcome this social media community. And now there are a whole entire community that they build houses. Like, for example, if you see this guy called I Am Marwa, together with his sister, they've built their mother a big mansion in their home country. In their home, this guy is now building a multi-million home. The girl is now traveling Europe. All this courtesy of YouTube. Okay? So do not, do not take these kind of things for granted. So I know I talk a lot. I talked a lot, and I haven't read from you guys. I'm sorry. So something. Let me see what you guys are saying. If I can know how to, man, guys. I've had my laptop for quite some time. Some for quite a long time. I'm even forgetting how to operate it. I'm always keeping it and not using it for some reason. Hmm. Who is this saying? Then how do you feel about Daisy betraying you, and are you not afraid they will watch your life? How do you feel about Daisy betraying you, and are you not afraid they will watch your life? I'm not afraid of anybody. I am not afraid of anybody. As a matter of fact, I'm not doing anything wrong by being on this live. I didn't talk about, usually when I talk about things in my life, I talk about my personal experiences. So if I had an experience with you, I will gladly share that experience without mentioning your name. So I don't see why somebody would like, for example, the people, for you guys, Daisy, right? So I don't care. I would share. I really share about dealing with her. I shared and I let you guys know exactly what is going on. Because you guys started with me with Daisy when Daisy was when her mother first chased her when I was living here in this house by myself during COVID after moving from the Emirates coming back, and I was indoors for 7 months straight. Then Daisy came to stay with me, and those days I used to vlog a lot because I had nothing to do. I was just in the house. So I gave you guys a story when Daisy came to stay with me, everything, la la. But let me tell you something. A lot of you African women, you give birth to children, but you really have no business with children. I mean, you should, if you don't, if you feel like, because honestly a lot of us are very much wounded. We have we have very much twisted mentality, and we are wounded, right? So when you personally you are wounded and you have not healed from your past traumas, if you're bringing a child in this world, you're only going to wound this child more, and you're going to bring up another broken generation. This is exactly what is happening to Daisy. Daisy herself is acting up, not because, probably if she was raised differently, she could have acted differently. This is what I think. Because when you take out your anger and frustration on a child who is barely 5 or 6, they grow up with spirit of rejection and they act up, you know because like for this child was conceived and was given birth to, and the minute the mother laid her eyes on her, she just hated the idea of having this child. It's like, why did I even, you blame even God for giving you that particular child because of what is in her genitalia. What is she carrying between her legs? Why she came out a girl instead of being a boy? So now you just hated this child for no reason. You just hated her. With your past traumas. Then now happens that you and their father did not get along, so you parted ways. And the child happened to look like their father copyright. Hey, now this even fuels more hate to this child. You had no business opening your legs to this man to start. So look at this breeding broken people. You bred broken people. And also it's good that we see the background of the people we breed with. Don't let your erection lead you, determine your direction in life. When you let erection determine your direction in life, everything is gonna go haywire. Because now, look, erection has caused all of this. You know, now she's already here. She grew up knowing that she's unwanted. She was beaten everywhere. Now she's very rebellious. And also me, I also don't know how to deal with rebellious teenagers. I'll deal with the younger boy that is in my house now, Killian. I'll deal with him anytime, any day, because he's still a toddler, like small. So I can train him from the beginning to be not what I don't want. That which I hate is not what I want him to turn out to be. I want him to turn out to be a gentleman. A gentleman. So I will not traumatize him, because when you traumatize him, how are you gonna raise him to become a gentleman? He's just going to traumatize women, you know. Does not mean that I don't discipline him. I discipline him when he makes a mistake, because I believe in sparing the rod and spoiling the child. I don't believe in gentle parenting. I don't. I believe that if a child does something wrong, you have to let them know that it's wrong, and you have to, like this, not gentle, like, no, till they feel pain. Yes, I believe that. I don't believe in hurting a child to an extent they are bleeding, or really like wounding a child to now they have scars all over their body, pinching for scars. But I believe in spanking. So the things that will make me spank a child will be something that is very, like, recently he took a rod and started demolishing a concrete, my wall outside. To him, it was just a play, a game. He's demolishing, and then those bricks are falling, and he's taking those bricks and arranging them somewhere. Just arranging this bricks. So when I went outside, I was like, "What happened here?" This kid was demolishing the place. So this one, I punished him. I gave him a very strong tap, beating on his hand. These hands that are spoiling things in the house is the hand that I deal with. And then also the day he threw, he did what? He went to bed with matchbox, and he started lighting a matchbox in his bed. And I found out because I saw his beddings had been burnt, and blanket was burnt. That day I also spanked him. I spanked him. And also the day he irritated on the TV set, I spanked him also that day. you know and sometimes the day also he never did that. He never ever did that. So I don't spank him when he sort of urinates in bed, or if he soils himself by accident, which he doesn't do, but he used to. Sometimes he makes by accident. I don't spank him over those things, because those are things that you cannot spank a child over an accident, because if they don't do those things frequently, that is just an accident. So I don't really spank him frequently, only when he makes such mistakes like the ones that I've mentioned. Otherwise, mm-mm. I don't feel the need to do so. But Daisy is very much coming from very broken background. If he goes to, she's very rebellious. When she came here, she disappeared. She just like went, and she lies a lot. Went and spent her time wherever she went. She went, came back, went back to her mother's house. Her mother gave her, told her to, because her mother had gone to was traveling, so her mother told her to go and take care of her house for her, like aende amchungie boma, like taking care of the house, home sitting. I feel like I want to sleep, to lie down. Like home sitting, like I don't know how to say this in English. In Nini, what is it called? Home sitting or what? Home, home what? Like kuchunga boma. Her mother had gone for had a journey, had gone somewhere, and then she was supposed to take care of their home, and she sort of just left, went to sleep at her friend's house, and then when her mother came back, found the house empty. Like somebody can easily break into the house and steal stuff. But then, because of the way she was brought up, her mother has gone through so much loss, because sometimes she even goes and leave the door open, the thieves come, steals everything. Her mother is a single mom, so she's struggling. So imagine, sir, you come back and you find your stereo gone, your TV set gone, and you had left a teenager in the house just because she had left, and her mother had gone through a lot with this child. I don't blame the child, I blame the mother, because this is the product of her. She raised this child. So you cannot blame anybody for the way the child is behaving. Blame yourself. So now again she left. She went, I don't know. My brother had taken her in. You know, it's very weird, because this kid, we want to help her. We were thinking of enrolling her in NYS, Youth National Services, so that she can do a course. And then after the course, when you train with NYS, usually you have an opportunity to get good job afterwards, you know, because you're working with the government, you are in a government. But she's not focused, man. She's really not focused. Her priorities are very twisted. She's looking for love in all the wrong places, and it's really not favoring her. Because me, I don't tolerate teenagers who do not. Guys, sorry, I will read from you guys in a bit. I'll read from you. Don't think I am ignoring you. I'm going to read from you. I don't really tolerate teenagers who are rebellious. I don't do it. I can't. Like I don't have that patience. I'm not that patient to do it. I'm very hot tempered for that. And I'm a disciplinarian. I really don't don't take nonsense, because I've spoken to her several times, long enough to for her to understand that some behaviors will not give her favorable outcome. She has to make sure that she focuses in her life and she becomes something in the future. But if she starts running around doing whatever the hell she wants right now, she's not even thinking of going to school, because she left my house and lied to me that her mother. Again, this lying. You lie a lot. Why do you lie, man? So if she said, I'm leaving because my mother is taking me to university, only to leave, and again, so now nobody even knows where she is. Nobody knows. Even my brother was calling me the other day asking me if she's in my house, and I was like, that kid is not in my house. That girl is really not in my house. We are not together. We are not together. We are not together. That girl left my house long, long time ago. But my brother thought she was in my house. I told my brother, nope, she left. So I don't care if she watches this video. There's nothing bad that has been said about her. She can live her life however she chose. That is the path she wants. She can go ahead. But at 18, at 19, if you refuse to cooperate and you don't want to be helped, you want to be in the streets, then go in the streets. No one is keeping you. No one is refusing for you to have fun with you. If that is what you want with your life, but just don't give people pressure and depression with your behavior. Go, because you cannot force this kid to stay still. You can't. If she wants to leave, she will leave. So that is exactly what she's done. Right now, nobody knows where she is because she left her mother's house. She went to my brother's house. Again, she left my brother's house. Every time she's being asked, "Where were you?" she's like, I went to party. I went for a party." These parties are the parties that she never come back home. I don't get it. I just don't. Anywho, it's her life. Um, So I don't care. Daisy will betray you. I mean, she's not my child. She can do whatever she wants. For me, I've helped people, and if they choose to abandon me or betray me, that is on them. They can do whatever they want. I don't really give a shit at the end of the day because me, I've done my part. So they can as well keep it moving. I'm not going to be stressed over somebody's child. No, I won't do it. If they wanted to be helped, okay, I would have stuck by them and set up their life for them because I'm capable of that. But if they don't want, then each to their own. Somebody is there. Then when do you find time to baby dance and romance? You need to take care of your man's needs. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't understand. Hello, what are you talking about? You now you're weird. What do you mean? What do you mean about finding time to baby dance? I know that I know you mean that when does my husband get his conjugal rights? Of course he does. I mean, excuse me. Kwani, what happens? Why do you have to ask that question? I don't understand. Is it because he comes back a bit late? Late? You can find time. What do you do in the morning when you woke up, or in the even at night? You can find time even if it is 2 a.m. You can still find time. There is no excuse for that. You can find time. When the body wants it, the body wants it. Also, if the body refused, the body refused. You go with the flow. If the body doesn't want it, also you leave it. We are not forcing. We don't force anything in our marriage. We do whatever the body wants. Okay, so don't worry about that part of baby dancing. Dancing, we figure that one out. So don't worry about it. It happens when it happens, wherever it happens. So I hope I've answered your question and now you're happy. But that is intrusive. That question is very intrusive. You shouldn't be asking people such questions to give you a schedule on when do they make love. That is crazy. You're being crazy. First of all, you said here that my husband is very handsome. Now you're asking me what time I give him his needs. Girl, you're weird. You are absolutely weird. Anyway, I understand you, man. I understand you. I'm not going to speak more on that, but just know he's not complaining, and I'm not complaining. So, hi, Ruby, and everyone. Hello, dear. Uh, Nacho baby dance. Yes, baby dance. Baby dance is making love. That is what they mean. Um, in life, it's good to keep other things private on social media. Oh my goodness, my legs are all over the place. Uh, on social media. Hmm. Don't know what is this one saying. Some of these things are like keep other things private. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, Eswatini, Botswana, Zimbabwe. No, no, not that. That lady is not from there. Is it Lesotho? I think it's Lesotho. Is it Lesotho? Can't remember, man. I can't remember. But her name is like Sizwe. Something Sizwe. So where is she from? Something Sizwe, but not Zimbabwe. Yeah. All right. Someone is saying, Ruby, people like you. Grow your YouTube cause goal. So, I was being told by somebody that I really let my YouTube, like I can really like grow on YouTube, but it seems like I'm not bothered. I know Daisy, she is near my age. I'm 20 years old. In my observations, she's rebellious and disrespectful and is heading to your wedding and he's heading for self-destruction. Perhaps she will wake up before it happens. Kiva Katana, you are young. You are just 20, yet you have that type of reasoning. Very good, girl. I like that. So you said I look very elegant in my wedding hairstyle. And elegant. Yeah, yeah, of course. I can still keep that one. That hairstyle can still be put. That color. I'll put it on top of this one. Actually my husband is the one who usually plays with my hairstyles. So he's the one who put this color on me. I told him I don't like it, but he just was like, even that wedding hairstyle, he's the one who actually was working on. So he's the one who gave me that hairstyle as well. So someone is saying, why you don't like plaiting your hair? You look like tomboy. Gale. Really? I look like tomboy? I don't like that. Now in Kenya, a lot of people now have, it's we go with fashion. What is more fashionable in Kenya now is short hairstyles. If I look like tomboy, then we are just going to change it to look more feminine. Don't worry about it. But plaiting my hair, I usually have very, very sensitive scalp. And also my hair is I don't my hair is a texture that even when I used to have money like crazy, I could not maintain with. Even I had a lot of products that I could afford. I could travel to America. I could easily buy good products for my hair. But I tried everything with for this hair and it just refused. Like my hair is like, steel wool. That is the texture of my hair. And I don't want to texturize. I don't like, even now, it is a little bit texturized. Like he put a bit of chemical to make it a bit soft, but still it's hard, you know. So right now, I like short hairstyle. I think with the way it looks now, that is why the reason why you think I look like a tomboy, because the style was ruined. He cut it a bit too short and he didn't do a good job. So I'll tell him when he comes home that somebody has told me that I look like a man and this hairstyle does not suit me. Then he will be like, oh, okay, we can do something else. So next hairstyle, I'll come back with a dip. But now I want it to grow it a little bit so that I can probably, like, I don't want him to cut it because he cut it last time. Tracy is telling me to change my barber. Okay, I will. I did not. Narocho. I did not go um to Rwanda yet. But I'm yet to go to Rwanda. We are planning to go there. So I have not met my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, but we've already told them that we are planning to go there. So they are really, really, really looking forward to meeting me. They are such a sweet people, very sweet people, because my husband's family are very close knit. There are very, very many people. And I was telling a friend of mine was telling me, you need to hijack these people's blessings because they are in their 70s. So they are quite old and they need to be taken care of. And one lady was telling me, those are your parents because you don't have your biological parents, they have all passed on. And your husband's parents are now your parents. So you should hijack their blessings. So the way she was just telling me to maintain a relationship with them and make sure I check on them always, I take care of them, even if it is monetarily wise, encourage my husband so that we can take care of them. So that is exactly where what I'm working towards, taking care of my mother-in-law and father-in-law. Yeah, so I have not met them, but I've told you guys that when I go there, yeah, because you guys, me, I really believe in taking care of your parents. I really, really believe in it. I am somebody whom if I have a somebody who does not take care of their parents, if I happen, it is a deal breaker for me. Parents and children, even if I have a man and he had children in previous marriage or not marriage, in previous relationships, like he has a baby mama, I would not be happy if he doesn't take care of those children. I wouldn't. I would definitely tell him that you need to take care of your children. I would encourage him and push him to even send money, even do it anonymously then. But a man who does not take care of these children, I don't like. And a man who does not take care of his parents, I don't like, you know. So, yeah, I will definitely not be happy if they don't do that. So, you are asking me, hi Ruby, your hair issue is just the natural of having nature of having natural curl hair. Mine is still wool. Believe me when I say that. So I've tried everything. I've tried even putting dreadlocks. Remember, you guys, I had dreadlocks. This hairstyle, I know you guys don't like it because even me, I didn't like it when it was first put. So I didn't really like it because he ruined my hair. I had my wedding hair and I wanted to maintain my wedding hair. But then he decided to play picky picky ponky on my head. This man. Anywho's hair grows and can always be changed. I cannot keep getting mad at him. We will just do something new. I know. But I get your feedback. You want me to change the hairstyle. I'll do it.
I'm American and we buy lots of products before we find the right one that makes our hair soft and moisturized. I used to use this sheer moisture. I don't like the products. I don't know why. There's a lot of, the funny thing, what I don't like about America is that, so nimetoboka, nimetaruka. What I don't like about America is that, is that they, they, they have so many products in the market, in the supermarket. If you go to Walgreens, like, oh my God, a lot of confusing products. You don't know which is which. So at least I've found something that is working for my face. So my face is clearer. At least it's not too spotty, even though I usually have hyperpigmentation. So now we will find something that works for my hair. So I understand the hair that I have. Even if there was a time I was watching a video that I made some time back when I was trying to comb my hair and I was crying, literally. An African comb, the normal African comb cannot go through my hair. Even right now, when I try to comb it, okay, I don't know. I've really tried with my hair, but it's really. What time is it? It's 9. Oh, time is not passing. I thought it was later. I was thinking maybe it's heading to 11, and yet I have not seen him. How did you meet your mzee? Naracho Carpenter. You are asking how I met my husband. My husband, I met him through a friend. I met my husband through a friend. A friend where I work, I had this guy friend, a guy friend. This guy was interested in dating me. But this guy had some baby mama issues and he had a lot going on for him. So he used to always come to my workplace, bring me lunch. Sometimes he used to come with his son, his kid, to my workplace and la la la. Then we had our contacts change and now we were talking. But there was a time I didn't like his approach. I didn't I just didn't like overall approach on how he approached me. I didn't feel like he approached me in a gentleman manner. So I shut the whole thing down, man. I was like, no, you're not. And those days I had decided that I didn't want to just like sort of date for the sake of dating. I didn't want to mess around with guys. I didn't want all this crap. I don't want. I just want to be by myself. I don't want. I'm happy by myself. So that is the mind space that I was in. So I remember there was a time I was going to my friend's place and he was trying to call me and I did not pick up. Then time passed by. We did not talk. We did not communicate, nothing. Then one time he passed by because actually I cut him off. Then one time he passed by my place with my now husband and they were living together. My now husband was had just visited Rwanda because he was his friend. So I don't know whether he had told. I don't think he had told my husband that he was trying to hit on me or whatnot. He just sort of passed and then came and said hello and was like, "Oh, this is my friend." La 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 la. He's visiting Kenya. La 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 la. And then I was like, "Oh," and I did not think of anything of it. I just said hello to him and they just left. Then after some time, he was like coming again and again and again and again. And then that is how we met. One thing led to the other. And now we are here. So, yep. Then afterwards, I told him that this guy was trying to hit on me because when we were planning our wedding, he called him and he was like, the rumors had gone around and this guy had known that we are me and my partner, we are together. And then he was always calling him to tell him, there is something you're not telling me that you need to tell me because I've had rumors. And by that time he had already moved out, and so they were not living together. So he was living in his own place or whatnot, but we were together now. So he was always calling him to sort of get him to talk, to tell him, oh. Then one day he was just, because he had rumors, because we every time I'm from work, we are from work together. We always walk together at home, whatnot. Even when we were dating, he was always escorting me to my bus stop, and we were always together, always from the time we started dating, always together. So when people see us together, people always give this a guy rumors, telling him, especially Rwandese men that work around my place. Whenever they see us, they were always like smiling, and obviously they were giving rumors to each other. So this guy who was interested in me first had the rumors that me and him we were together. So he kept asking my husband, calling him, was asking him wanted him to talk. But at that point, who is this calling me at this time in the night? Hello? Poa. Huu ni Martha? Eh, eh. Unataka nikuangalilie? Eh. Okay, wacha. Kwa hivyo nikutumie hiyo namba? Sawa, haya. Ama nimpigie? Guys, hold on. I have to do something. Kwanza kwa nini nilikuwa nimezima simu? Hold on. This is my workmate has just called me. Today I didn't go to work, but she's at work. Let me save her number. She's calling me with a number that I don't recognize. Let me do something very quickly because this phone is off, and it's the phone that we usually use to get money from customers. They usually deposit their money here, and someone has deposited the money but forgot some of her things in the shop. In the shop, and now I'm being told that we need to call her. We need to call her and today she's really worked. Okay. Yeah, this is the number. Today she was working by herself. So let me see if I can call this lady. That's her name. Because she's left some important things. 711. Me, I'm in a hurry. Ashiki. Hello, Pauline. You've just come out of a salon. You've left your things there. There are some things you've left there in that salon where you've just come from. Hakuna kitu umeacha? Juu ananiambia nikupigie huyo mwenye amemaliza na wewe. Si zako? Sawa, acha nimwambie. Haya. Acha nimpigie alafu kama ni wewe nisikie. Ni sawa. Haya. Nimempigia. Amesema yeye hajaacha chochote hapo. Amesema yeye hajaacha chochote. Nimemwambia kuna vitu umeacha. Hizi za nini za okay. Sawa, acha nimuulize. Anasema ni extensions za dreadlocks. Sawa. Sawa, haya. Amesema sio zake. Weka tu, watarudia. Weka tu. Hajakuja nani? Mili? Ni sawa. Haya. So we were trying to call someone because something was left in the salon, and anyway. I'm back. I'm back. Ooh. How did you feel about online dating? For me, as a single lady, I wonder, did you meet your sweetheart husband online? No, you see, I've talked about meeting how I met my husband. So I was talking to you guys about the meeting, how I met him, and I think this is exactly how I'm going to put my the title of my video. How I met him was just through his friend. So this friend, they had like sort of fallen off with each other. He moved out from this his friend's house because he was living with him. He had just moved in Kenya, so he was very new in Kenya. He was barely speaking Swahili. We could barely even communicate to each other because he doesn't speak English. He speaks French and Rwandese. So he wasn't speaking even Swahili. So this his friend introduced me to him, and then from there we started like talking here and there. Then me, I wasn't that time, I was dating someone else. I was with someone else, okay? So sometimes he could see me with this guy and he was very upset, but me, I didn't know. I didn't know that he was interested in me. So, because where he works, we were just along the same line. So sometimes this guy I was dating was coming to pick me up, take me for lunch, whatnot, and come drop me back. So, and this guy that I was dating had a very nice car. So he was always seeing me with him and he was like talking to himself, saying, hey, this one is very expensive. How can I have her yet? Look at the kind of people he dates. He's dating people who are working high, good paying jobs and driving great cars. So afterwards is when now he's telling me how what he was thinking in his head whenever he saw me with this guy. So the other guy obviously was not like serious guy, obviously. He was just somebody who wanted to just play around. He's past marriage and he's a pilot, so he's just like all over the place. So that guy, my guy was like being very intimidated with this guy. So sometimes he just looked and was feeling sad, but me, I had no idea. Me, my mind was not even fixed on him. Yes, he's handsome and whatnot, but then after some time, I stopped seeing the guy, the pilot guy. Then he was happy because he felt that was an opportunity for him to start like maneuvering himself into my life. Then there was this lady who was always worried about me getting married, and she was concerned because she was always like, you're established, you have this, the only thing that you lack in your life is a husband. I want you to find somebody, da la la. And then this lady is much older than me, obviously, like like sort of older. So she was always coming and talking to me. And then one day she was like saying, that guy, she started mentioning my husband, and she was saying, I think that guy suits you well. Now I wasn't dating anyone. So he said, you see that guy so and so, because now I knew him, we had interacted. That guy so and so, oh, I think he can make a good husband for you. And I was like, you're right. Then I think there was a time he went and talked to to my partner, and went and told my partner, encouraged my partner to not be afraid, to go ahead and and approach me because my partner was afraid, was thinking that my class is too high for him to reach. So this lady was like, go ahead and approach that lady. She's very nice, la la. She's she's this and she's this, la la. Then this gave him courage to start. I will never forget. There's one day I had this very beautiful customer, and he was hanging around my place of work. So I had this very beautiful customer had just come in, and I did her nails. She came in with her sister, and she was wearing very nice short dress, and I thought she was really beautiful. Then my husband was hanging around there, and then he was like, "Oh, after I finished doing this girl's nails, so for me, I knew he was single. So I was showing him this girl, and I was saying, after this girl left, I was like, she's very beautiful, right? You are single. Why don't you talk to that lady?" And he was like, but, but she's beautiful, but she's not as beautiful as you. And I was like, who? Me? So I felt like, why is he telling me that? Then I just blushed. Then from then onwards, he just kept coming with these compliments. Every time he saw me, he was always complimenting me. He was like, today you're wearing such a nice dress. Oh, today you're so beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful just as always. Every time now he gathered courage to always be like the way sliding in your DM, always trying with his small Swahili that he has, always coming. Now that time he was really learning Swahili hard. So he was just like, hey, every time you're so beautiful, you look cute, lila. And I felt like this guy, okay, this guy, something is weird, but I think he's trying to hit on me. So after the lady, at first I was looking at him like, first of all, he's young. This was like not in my mind. I was like, he's young. Like, I'm probably like older than him by far. I didn't even know how old he was by that time. But he looked young and he was very like small. Like when he first came, he was skinnier than now he is, than the way he is now. And I wasn't looking at him like, he's small and la la. So I wasn't like, I was like, this is a child. Like, how can I even, that will make me a cougar. How can I even get with this small one? So I degraded him also with the way he was looking small and stuff. So I was like, no, it can never be me. Then after some time, slowly by slowly, he was like just persistent. I kept saying no. He's just persistent. Man, I said no to my husband so many times. I said no to him. No, no, no. Every time I discouraged him, I told him I'm too old. Even pointed ladies to him. Tell him, take this one instead. This one is young. Younger. Much younger. He was like, no, it's you I like. It's you I like. Then one day he was like, one day I will marry you. I will marry you. Mark this my words. I was like, you're right. So he's just like was just talking every time he kept saying, I'm gonna marry you. I will marry you. And I was like, what are you saying? Then in December of last year, we went out, all of us as like his friends and me and some of the people I knew, we all went out. And then it was New Year's Eve. So he was like talking and he was saying, this is the best day of my life. My to be wife is with me on this beginning of this 2023. And I'm the happiest man alive. Oh my God, I think we still have those pictures. He was so excited to be with me on that New Year's Eve. And he was ushering a new year and cheers to everybody, telling them, this is my wife. This is going to be my wife. This one is going to be my wife, and showing me off and dancing with me. And I was just like, now I had just accepted my fate. Because now this guy is here and he's here to stay. So I have to start accustoming myself to, now I have this guy. And then now, slowly by slowly, it came slowly by slowly. Slowly by slowly, I started adjusting and accepting that now this is the guy who actually really wants to be in my life for a long run. He's even mentioning marriage and all that. So at first, I was giving him a hard time because I was thinking that he's just infatuated or he's just talking, nothing serious. But as time goes by, whatever he said in New Year's Eve is what he kept saying. Every time he kept saying, like whenever we were talking, he was talking about future, the future, our this, our we will do this. We'll go. I want you, my family. I want to. He started calling his parents to tell them about me. Sometimes he even video called and he wanted me to talk to his parents. He gave me a phone, talk to my parents, and I was like, this guy is quite serious. So then a time came, and now we are here. So from December 2020, even the New Year's Eve, I think that was the first time he kissed me on the New Year's Eve to usher in the 2023 and said, "This is going to be my wife." And I was like, what? I was flabbergasted. He kissed me in front of everybody and said, "This one is going to be my wife. I'm going to wife this one. I will wife you. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to wife you." He was very confident because he was just, to him, he felt like if he did not go in as fast as I'm going to ponyoka with someone else, because many people are sort of interested in me. According to him, that was he said. She's very beautiful, she's very hardworking, she's very this, she's very, I'm always this and that to my husband. Always, always, always. He's always praising me a bit too much. And then he was afraid that somebody else might sweep me off my feet before he does. So he wanted to make sure that he made things permanent quickly with me so that I don't go anywhere else. I become his and his only. So that is exactly what he did. And so far it's been okay. It's been good. Because the reason why I say it's been good is because he's somebody that I see myself with for the long time, because he is someone that I can never get mad at him. It's very weird. Like even if we have the hardest and like we had the big fight, we have not had. I think we've had a huge fight. We've had a huge fight, a couple of huge fights here and there. But in the back of my mind, even though we fight, or even though we speak hard to each other, or I never degrade, like abuse. We don't abuse each other or anything like that. But even if I'm upset with him, in the back of my mind, I always know that even before we got married, I always know that he's always be here. He'll always be here, because even when we are fighting, he say, "Babe, but but babe, listen, like even if mad at me, he's just like, babe, he's just babe. Even if he's so upset, I've said something that has made him very upset, he's always like, babe, listen to me, babe, babe. Yani, my name has never changed. I'm always a babe to him. Even after I have made him mad, or he's made me mad too much, babe, he's always coming back, babe. So every time I hear that, I always know that this guy is here. Like he did not call me by my name, I'm still his babe. Even if we are upset with each other, I'm still his babe. So he's always the first to apologize, if even if I'm the one who's wrong. He's the one to always apologize. He want to make peace with me. Sometimes he doesn't want to make peace, but we end up making peace at the end of the day. So we always resolved everything. We always try as much as, but in the back of my mind, I know he's always here. He'll always be here as he promised. And I also promised. So we are always here for each other. So no matter what, we are against the problem, not against each other. So I did not meet him online. I met him. He was brought to me at my workplace. So literally, he was brought to me at my workplace. So I did not go out looking for him. I did not go to a bar looking for him. I did not go online looking for him. Does not mean that I have not tried going online, doing all these things to try and meet a man. I've done all these things, but all these things did not work. At the end of the day, he just came to my doorstep, to my workplace. So that is the story of how I met my husband. So I don't want you people to ask me about how I met this man, because it's enough now I have. And now, long story short, here we are. Long story short, here we are. Yep, that's us. So that is, if you want any other questions, ask or hold your peace. Uh-huh. So hi Ruby. I found that TGI, thank God, I'm natural, worked for me, but now I have dreadlocks. I cut my dreadlocks. I like it when you laugh. It's cute. Thank you. Ruby, grow your YouTube travel 254. Where will I have the money to travel? Where will I have the time to travel? Because I'm the one who is the main nail artist in my shop. So if I leave this, my ladies, where will I get the money? And again, if you come to think about it, my shop earns me more money than YouTube does. So if I abandon my shop to come and run to YouTube, where will I get my food from? We have to be wise. YouTube is good, but it's not a constant income kind of a thing that I'm going to leave my work and start. For some ladies, of course, it worked for them. Maybe in the future, I can have a lot of workers and now I can start traveling and make for you YouTube travel videos. Of course, why not? But as for now, but when I go to Rwanda, I will make videos for you people. So I will grow my channel. Wait, it will grow. Wait. I want to reach many subscribers. What do you mean, Rwandese men in your area? I might be lucky to get a husband too. Please enlighten me. Are they more romantic than Kenyan men? Um, I have not encountered many Rwandese men. I've just encountered this one Rwandan man that I'm married to. In my area, there's a lot of Rwandese people. In where I live, where I work as well. So it's because a lot of Rwandese have been migrated to Kenya now. So you might be lucky to meet a Rwandese guy because when I first came back, you guys, there is a soap that I'm using that is really like brightening my skin. Look at my skin, man. I'll show you the soap I'm using. It's good with hyperpigmentation. Ah. This is the only thing I'm using. It's called papaya and honey soap. You see, it's made in Thailand. This one, this soap has really made my skin good. Has made my skin, my hyperpigmentation finish. Finito, finish task. So, uh, someone is saying that my husband found me through. No, I didn't say. Watch my videos again. I didn't say he found me through YouTube, guys. Wait a minute. I did not. Can you watch my video again and then see that he did not find me through YouTube? How can someone find you through YouTube? Do people find each other through YouTube, really? Me, I couldn't find a husband through YouTube. I only found scammers. Even on Instagram, the days I was single, I prayed someone just enter, slides my DM. How people usually say that a husband slid in their DM and voila, now they are married. Did not happen to me like that. But let me tell you something. Like, let me address this Naracho carpenter lady. Let me tell you something. I don't know how old you are, but what I know is that do not give in to despair. Don't be in despair if you're looking to find a husband. Because when you are in despair, you will attract men, because men can sense despair and desperation from afar. You will attract men who will only play with your emotions. I did. That is exactly what happened to me. When I was in despair, I only attracted men who were playing with my emotions. But the minute I let go and gave it all to God and said, I used to always walk home and I was talking to God. I have father-daughter serious conversation with God. It's not like I was praying or like kneeling down and prayed. No, I had a very, very serious conversation with God, like a talk one on one with God. And I was in despair. Like you can be in despair where you are talking to God and you are bitter and you don't understand, and this is where I was. Then I was just telling God, like, if you don't want me to meet a husband and to have a husband, please do not put the desire in my heart for marriage. Don't do it. Because if you're doing it and you are not ready to bless me with a husband, you are making me very upset. So that is what the kind of conversation I was asking God. I was telling him, if you know that husband is not in the picture for me, you cannot provide a husband for me, then remove altogether the desire for me to get married so that I can have peace. I can be comfortable with it, with the idea of me being single for the rest of my life. But the more I prayed about this, God removing this desire, the more the desire was there. So that was an indication that I was meant to be married. Even though I tried to actually, um, like, sort of pray away the desire. But the desire just kept coming back and back and back, and every time it came back, it was stronger and stronger. And then it eventually, because I was always telling God that if I waited all this time, when I finally meet a man, I don't want to struggle. Just let him be a man that I can get along with. We can get along with each other, and the marriage part doesn't have to be a struggle. That I have to struggle to even get this man to propose to me. I have to beg this man, when are you putting a ring on my finger, asking him this type of silly questions. He just does it. So exactly that is what happened. Just whatever has a beginning has got an end. I always say that. And if me, the valley of dry bone me, can eventually settle down, then I am convinced without the shadow of my doubt that it is possible to happen to you too, Narucho. It will happen. I used to hear people say it will happen, it will happen. And I used to say, no, 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 no. Stop telling me it will happen. When? And I got upset with these people telling me it will happen. But eventually, when I stopped having negative mentality and dwelling on the fact that it has not happened as soon as I wanted it to happen, the soon it happened. To just, it just happened. I don't know. I cannot tell you, but it just happened. I followed you since the days of your German ex. I'm so glad your marriage is working perfectly. You've put shame on all the people who said your husband is a red flag and an alcoholic. Woo! Narocho! Narocho! You are making me laugh. Thank you for making my night. My husband is let me tell you something. Now that we can revisit this thing, let me tell you something. My husband doesn't drink. He is not an alcoholic. He doesn't drink. But like you see, someone who never drinks. The I used to have a friend of mine who never drank ever. Yani she's not one of these people who is gonna touch alcohol. But there was a time we said we dared drink. We said let's drink. We bought a bottle of vodka. I will never forget this day. And some mixtures and some peanuts and proper drinking session. We drank. I drink responsibly. I drink because I don't like to feel drunk. The minute I start feeling my head is going, I stop immediately. But my friend, I think she mixed her drink with a certain mixture that was just too sweet, and she was not realizing that she was going overboard. She was drinking and kept drinking and kept, until she could not walk on her feet. She was crawling and puking, crawling and puking. If you could have met him that day, had that day, you could have judged her and said, how much drunkard is this one? And this lady never touched alcohol. She is actually a healthy freak. She's pure health type of a woman. She doesn't drink. But this day, she got loose and she drank. So this is the sake of, yani, the same thing with my husband. He doesn't drink. Even after our wedding, he has never drunk. And now we are going on to I don't know, is it sita saba nane tisa? Now it's August. We are almost 3 months mark since we got married. So he's not touched alcohol since that day, since our wedding day. He's not touched alcohol. So he's not a drunkard. It's just that I was making this story for you guys to sort of just, I wanted to share with you guys the ups and downs of my wedding preparations and my wedding day and everything, so that you guys, I can be just honest. That is not a bed of roses. It's not like a walk in the park, like you just like everything is breezy, the way many people usually on social media try to paint everything perfect, and they don't want to tell you guys, the real details of this kind of things. I just wanted to tell you, not, I didn't paint him as a drunkard. I even told you on that video that he never drinks, but that day he actually really drank, you know but then many of these women who wanted to down my achievement or my finally married moment, they just wanted to sort of make it negative and make it me feel like I'm a loser for marrying somebody who drinks. I mean, red flagging me all over the. He doesn't drink, honestly. But if these ladies choose to believe whatever they feel like they want to believe, it's good for you guys. He doesn't drink. He's not an alcoholic, and there is no red flag. If there is, I will deal with those red flags because I'm an adult. I make my own decisions. If there are red flags, so long as he doesn't beat me, and so long as we are not toxic with each other, like beating and all this domestic violence, I will stay. I will stay. The rest of the things we can always sort them out. So don't don't think of anything more than that. What I've said is final. And that is the reason why I put those videos, removed the comments on those videos, because ladies were going crazy on those videos. Everything I made, they were trying to find an excuse on to make me paranoid, or to make me think that I made such a wrong decision, or to make me, I don't know. Even they insinuated that my husband is probably sleeping with my house nanny. I should chase away my nanny with immediate effect. Chase away your nanny now. Your nanny seems to be somebody who is going to sleep with your husband. Nah, nah, nah. Shut up. Too much nonsense. As if you think I am going to stick by somebody who can run away with a nanny. I cannot. If he is weak enough to run away with a nanny, that is not your husband. Let him go. I am not afraid of letting a man go if he disrespects me. So even my nanny had no idea what was this that you guys were talking about. Honestly. Hi. Anyway, she has left. Now I have a new one. Maybe you want me to chase away this one as well, or what? The other one was 20-year-old. Now I have a 27-year-old. She's a mother of two. So there you go. Maybe he will also snatch my husband from me. You people stop being paranoid. A man that doesn't want to be kept cannot be kept. If my husband did not want to be with me, he cannot stay with me. He will leave. Even now he's at work. Right now it's 10 o'clock, 10:36. If he wants to go with other women, he can. He can, definitely. Even if you take a man and put him inside your pocket, if he's a cheater, he will cheat. He will cheat, whether you give him the opportunity or not. So don't be paranoid. Mm. So you are asking me, um, if Kenyan men or Rwandese men are I don't know. Me, I've never found a romantic. That is the reason why I'm not married to a Kenyan man. I've never found a partner in a Kenyan man. I've never. So I've never even tried. So I've not tried. So that is not something that I would say. The reason why I'm not dated married to a Kenyan man is because it did not work with Kenyans that I dated. So there you go. Does not mean that Kenyan men are not romantic. Of course, some of them are. You will just find a husband in a man from any part of the world, or any ethnicity, or even any tribe in Kenya. You can find, you know. But not to say Kenyan men are not romantic, Rwandan men are romantic. I cannot compare them. I cannot compare them, because you can find romance in a Kenyan man, in a Rwandan man, in whichever man God has chosen for you. You can find romance. So you cannot compare them. So is your husband home? No, he's not yet at home. Rwandese men only like Katerero. How do you cope with that hassle? What is Katerero? I don't know. If you can enlighten me, what is kate, Caterero? I don't know what is Caterero. I've followed you since I've read that one. Okay. Ruby dear, you're my inspiration. It is hard juggling between you working day shift and your husband working night shift in your marriage. No, it's not hard. I don't find it difficult at all. We manage. Because usually we come back home. Okay. We both work daytime. I come back home earlier. I come back home at around 8 o'clock, 8:30. Then I cook our meal. Then I go to bed by around 9. Then he comes home 2 hours after I've gone to bed. So that is the nature of his job. If he has clients, he cannot close his work. He will stay at work. So yeah, sometimes he comes early, sometimes he comes late, and I'm okay with it. I don't find a problem with it at all. So hmm. Yes, I want to know exactly what is this caterero. You are asking me if it is safe in Nairobi for my husband coming home late. Yeah, it is safe in my area. We have not had any issues at all. I used to come. We used to come home late, both of us. But nowadays, I just excuse myself because I don't want to stay out in the cold waiting for him. So I just come. So it's okay. We don't really have crime issues here, or mugging or anything, like no safety in this area. It's very much okay. So I think you guys, this life is going overboard. It's almost past 2.5 hour mark. That's a bit too much, man. Some of you really complain that my lives are too long. Watch watch halfway, come finish, Watch, put headphones while doing things in the house, listen to me, whatnot. People who will watch me will always watch me whether my live goes on for 3 hours or 4 hours. I mean, people go on live on TikTok for hours and hours. They talk and they talk and they talk. So today I've given you guys all the stories you need about how I met my husband. Please now let it rest. Don't be asking me these same questions over and over and over and over again. And for those who complained about my hairstyle, point is taken. I am going to amend it. I think I've not read for some people. Think I've finished. 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 Yes, I want to know this Kerero. What is Carrero? Let me Google. Mhm. Let me this or should I ask him when he comes home? Are Caterero. Caterero ni nini? Caterero meaning. Caterero maana yake. What is the meaning of Caterero? La kata ya wilaya ya Bukoba. Caterero meaning. Kwani hii kitu imeenda na Kiswahili. What does Caterero mean? I don't know. Narocho, it has something to do with the Umalaya. Ish. Huh? Ooh, you guys, ati Caterero is water gushing, flooding. What is that? Is it squatting? Do you mean squatting? Because when you say bed and water gushing, I don't understand. Flooding. Potofu. I don't know. I don't know exactly what that means unless I switch off this live and then I look for it or I ask around. But I don't know Caterero. How you are trying to to even explain it does not make sense. So it's about squatting. This guy is talking about squatting. When you say water, water gushing, flooding, game release, ish. I've never heard of that. Hey! Anyway, guys, you guys, I don't know what that means. So that guy will just that is when these men like that. I don't know. I will ask him. I will leave you guys for now. Have a lovely night. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.